very good day to all of you. How have all you been doing in the last 2-3 weeks? Today, I would like to share with you on the worst boss ever. Oh, simple video, but I think it will definitely resonate with you. I'm sure that you have such a boss, or you would most probably come across someone that you know, who have got such a boss. Well, over the years, I rubbed shoulders with many business leaders, many CEOs and top executives, to discover, the core beliefs and the personality traits that actually make them successful. Now, sometimes I do bump into such horrible leaders who are monetarily successful, but in actual fact, they are miserable to work for, right? Or to work with. So here are some of the traits, that I've discovered through the years that I would like to share with you, and as I go through the traits, just check with yourself whether you have such traits or whether you know anyone who has got such traits. Well, let's go through one by one and we will see. Now, the first one is I know it all attitude. Now, a few people are more irritating than, know-it-alls, and they are, they're conceptual cousins, and people who think that they are so smart that they can understand even the highly complex subjects. Why? Through how? No, simply by watching a YouTube, or glancing through, some news stories, via their smartphone, So these are the people who say, I know it all, you don't have to tell me, The second trait is never believe in facts. Now, bad bosses, bad leaders, they will shoot the messenger, right? So the worst bosses, however, do the mental equivalent of a child, plugging up his ears and yelling at the top of their voice to drown their parents' voice, right? This is familiar with this, then they will shoot the messenger without really hearing the message. So they never believe in what other people say. The third trait is telling lies as if it is the truth. Now, you may have already known, right, that the best con men believe the lies that they are telling because that belief makes them more convincing, right? And horrible bosses do the same thing. They con themselves, or as it's sometimes called, breathing their own smoke. All right. Now, the next trait is judgmental over attractive stuff. I'm talking about the fairer sex, or it can be vice versa. Now, while this is a very, very distasteful trait, but and it is more common to male bosses, but of course, as I've said, that there are some female bosses who feel the same. All right. Now, the next one is bringing in unqualified staff, all right, for certain important posts or certain key posts. Now, when a boss gives a close friend or their relative jobs which they are unqualified for, basically it doubles the work, right, for everyone else, who must now waste extra time, right, truckling to the relatives or their friends and covering for their mistakes and redoing the work that they are scammed or screw up, right? Familiar to you? Right, the next one is they are always right and they never apologize. Now, while often full of bluster and braggadocio, horrible bosses are secretly afraid that if they admit that they are wrong, everyone will realize that they are not the superheroes that they are pretending to be. Well, apologizing, of course, right, entails admitting that they are wrong. So they are always right attitude. They have this attitude and they never apologize. Now, they hate being laughed at. Well, you got to be very careful with such people. I will never forget the time when there was a role, in a coaching training that I had, and coincidentally, they were making fun of that particular company, and that particular staff or that particular employee that happened to play the role of the boss. All right, and that boss was in the audience. All right. And this employee made a joke about the boss weight, And from that point on, the boss treated that poor staff, like a crap for a year. And then he was fired for no reason. All right. So you got to be very careful. If you have such traits, please, do something about it. Next one is they take all the credits and they blame others on any failures at all. So if an organization wins, a horrible boss will boast, I am obviously a great leader. If the organization loses, though, that same horrible boss will inevitably complain that, hey, my employees are crap and they have let me down. Very, very familiar, right? And the last one is basically their own pocket is more important. You see, horrible bosses often run up the short-term stock price, for example, to increase the value of their own, stock options. Even when that means firing the employees, alienating customers, damaging the community, and screwing, long-term investors. So it is always me, kind of attitude. All right. And there's one more last point, very, very important. All right. They will always talk the walk and they never walk the walk. All right. Now, as I've said, horrible bosses always have this high-minded mission statements. They were promising to treat customers and employees well and to make the world a better place. All right. But in reality, they use such statements such as, this kind of statements to veneer, all right, of plausible deniability while they pursue their own selfish interests. All right. So now, after having gone through these 10 traits, can you name me a famous leader who possessed, all these traits or all these characteristics? Right. So now, these are the 10 traits, that you would normally see in a horrible boss. Okay, once again, I am Philip Leong. I'm doing what I am doing for the very fact that leadership matters because you matter. All right, because people matter. All right, so stay safe, stay healthy, and be a blessing to everyone around you. See you in my next video. Bye-bye.